It's Atlantis.
Describe your surroundings.
It's like tropical. Palm trees. Almost like beachy.
What's over there on your left side?
Like there's a city behind.
And what's over there on your right side?
It's a beach, but there's a city behind it.
Are there any buildings?
They almost look like shiny. They're not skyscrapers. They're not as tall as that. Some are pyramid shaped.
Are you wearing anything on your feet?
Sandals.
Describe them to me. What do they look like?
Leather. Brown leather.
And does the body feel male or female?
Male.
Does the body feel young or old?
Middle-aged.
Do you have anything on your head?
There's like a gold band.
How long is your hair?
It's short. I'm bald, mostly.
What color is your hair?
Gray.
Are you familiar with your surroundings?
Yes.
Tell me more about it. What's it like here?
Feels like it's warm all the time. Not hot, but just comfortable. I'm on the coastline. There's beautiful blue water, nice beach, palm trees. It's always about 75 to 80 degrees, so it stays tropical.
And what do you do here? How do you make a living?
Something to do with healing.
Tell me about the healing. Do you heal people?
I feel like there's a cave or something like that where we work.
Can you take me to the cave?
Yes.
How do we get there?
We're just there.
What's the first thing we see when we go inside the cave?
It's big. I feel like there are different colors.
What kind of colors?
They're just glowing lights.
Are there lights?
I think they're powered by crystals.
Where are these lights?
They like light up the room in different areas.
Mm-hmm. What else is in this cave?
Beds.
What kind of beds?
They're just like flat areas for people to lay on. Kind of like our Reiki tables.
Mm-hmm. What else is in here?
Not much. It's very natural.
What tools do you use? Do you use any tools for healing?
Crystals.
And how do you use these crystals for healing?
I feel like they give off their own lights, their own colors. We use them on different parts of the body. We work with the chakras, rebalancing.
And how do people know about you?
Everyone knows. This is the medicine of the time.
And what's your favorite thing to do here?
There are quiet places we can go. I like the beach.
And what is a typical day for you?
It's not rushed. We get up. We come and we do some work. We have lots of downtime. There doesn't seem to be as much rushing.
You mentioned we. Who else is here that works with you?
There are others. We don't do it by ourselves. There are groups of us who are trained to come and work here. People are born into certain roles where they seem to. There are healers, there are teachers, there are those who fix the more mechanical things.
What kind of mechanical things do you have there?
We have ships. We have boats.
Do you live near here?
Yes.
Can you take me to the place where you live?
Yes.
What's it look like?
It's a small white cottage. Looks like it's made of white stone, like, I don't know, limestone.
Did you make this cottage?
No. There are people that build the cottages.
And how do we go inside?
There's a door.
What color's the door?
Wood.
What's the first thing we see when you walk in the door?
There are mats on the floor.
What are the mats on the floor?
Just a place to rest.
What else is in this room?
Place for cooking.
What do you use for cooking?
This just looks like a little stove, looks like wood burning.
Does anyone else live here with you?
Yes.
And who's going to do the cooking?
There's a wife.
What's she look like?
Long dark hair. And some gray.
Do you have any children?
2.
Tell me about them.
There's a girl. She has long hair too. And a boy. They're grown. They don't live in the house anymore. There are people gathered in the streets. It's a party. It's like a block party. It's just fun.
Is there anyone here you know?
Neighbors and friends. Everybody has wine or some kind of a drink.
What's the occasion?
I think it's like a holiday.
What's the climate like?
It's still warm, sunny. Always feels like it's sunny and warm.
And describe your surroundings. What's over there on the left side?
There are houses. We're like in a neighborhood.
Pick one of the houses and tell me what it's made out of.
All the houses seem to be made of white stone. They all look the same. Reminds me of Greece.
So they're all partying, having fun. What else is going on?
They're eating. There's meat.
What kind of meat?
They have domestic animals, and I think it's almost like skewers of beef or pork or something.
And then what's happening?
It's old, but it feels very contemporary. These people are advanced. It could be happening like in our time. They're just enjoying themselves. It doesn't seem like they work very hard. They have a lot of time to relax.
And what do you enjoy doing here?
We have friends. We work. We enjoy our work. We get to, it seems to be that we do what we're born to do. If you want a job, you just train to do it. You don't have to go to school. You can go to school if you want, but it's more like apprenticeships. Since people do what they're naturally inclined to do.
What are the schools like?
There are places where higher forms of education take place. People who study numbers and things like that. I see it as more of a discourse where people meet and discuss, learn from one another. And no one really has formal schooling in that way. Parents teach children, children go off and learn certain skills from masterful people. They do what they like to do, what they're more inclined to do. It feels like a darker time. It feels like someone's passed. I think it's my wife.
How did she pass?
I feel like people just pass when they're ready to go, when they feel like they're complete with their mission. There's not a lot of illness. People don't pass like that here. It's more, they just acknowledge a readiness to leave. And we accept it, but it's still sad because feels like there's some separation.
Who was with you here?
I feel like I'm alone.
Are you inside or outside?
I'm in my house. I'm alone. I'm at my job. And we're talking. I feel like we're talking about changes that are taking place. It's a dark time.
Why is it a dark time?
I feel like there are politics that are infiltrated the peacefulness. There are those even in this time that want power, control.
And what is your position here?
I'm still pretty quiet, but we have opinions. We have opinions. We express our opinions to one another. We're careful who we tell information to, even then.
What are you going to do with this information you're getting?
I feel like there's not much we can do except for we talk about it. We try to spread truth where we can. There's chaos in the streets.
Why is there chaos in the streets?
It feels like there's like an impending disaster. I don't know, almost like a hurricane or a volcano, or I don't know, maybe an explosion of sorts. Feels like a volcano.
And what are you doing here?
People are trying to figure out the best way to escape, to get away.
And where will you go?
We have boats. We also have, it looks like flying cars. I don't know, it's like space vehicles almost. We just, not everyone can be saved. There's just not enough.
Is your family with you?
No, they've grown up and they're not with us. My wife is gone. It's just me. I just have to worry about myself.
What will you do now?
I feel like I'm going to get on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us get on boats and some of us fly away.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're heading to, in here in my head, Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Along the Mediterranean. We're near the Mediterranean. Really showing here somewhere. We go to the mainland. I don't know if we were on an island per se. It's big. It seems big. We go to the mainland.
And then what's happening?
I feel like some of us sort of infiltrate the societies that were on the mainland. We blend in. They're not so very different.
Do you find shelter here?
Yeah, there's like a city. We're somewhat traumatized. I feel like it was a big, I don't know if the land sank. I don't really feel that. But there was destruction. Some were lost, but many were able to escape and go to other areas on the planet. I feel like the poles shifted. Well, as we move into these other areas, we begin to teach others and show them our ways. They knew I want to say we're pretty global at this point because we have transportation. So we've met these people before, and they know us and we know them. We're not total strangers.
Do they welcome your group with open arms?
It would seem they know us. It's like moving across town, like it's not that far.
Mm-hmm.
The technology is pretty sophisticated for the times.
Mm-hmm. So what happened to the place you came from?
Volcanoes, some flooding, some places inhabitable.
Will you be able to go back there sometime?
No. The houses are underwater in some areas. The water is not that deep, but still it's not livable.
Did that place have a name?
It was Atlantis.
And what will you do next?
I'm going to settle into the new community. Work a little. I think just enough to survive. I feel like I'm older now.
Alrighty. I want you to move forward to the last day of your life. And you can talk about it now.
I'm in a room. I'm old. I feel like there's someone there that's taking care of me. It's not family. It's not even a friend. It's almost like a caretaker. And I've just decided I'm done. I feel like we could just control when we want it to go. It's just really simple, like just saying, oh, I'm done.
Now once the body is at rest and the soul leaves the body, every life has a lesson, a purpose. As you look back on that lifetime, what did you learn from it? What was the purpose of that lifetime?
It was a lifetime where we learned to just enjoy what we did, choose freely. We were able to explore our gifts and our talents. We learned what it was like to have freedom and then have some of that freedom taken away.
May I speak to subconscious or superconscious, please?
Yes.
Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know the subconscious and the superconscious could have brought forth many different things you see today. You chose to bring forward a lifetime when she was in Atlantis. Why did you pick that to show her today?
It mirrors her current lifetime.
there anything else you want to tell her about that lifetime?
In some way, they moved past the turmoil that was created, and many went on to create a new earth at that time.
Is that the turmoil you speak of that we're in now?
It is similar.
How long is this turmoil going to last?
For those that don't see it, it's going to persist. For those that see through it, we're at the end, and we're creating the new earth. The new earth it's not a place.
What do you mean the new earth is not a place?
It's a consciousness. It's a way of surviving by stepping out of the turmoil and into the inner peace. The peace of knowing that you're safe no matter what happens around you. It's almost like the ability to walk through a fire and come out unscathed. The new earth is a vibration. It's a lifting of the consciousness of a person to the point where nothing can bother them, that they can see but not be affected by what's going on around them.
Can you help us with that?
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about this time?
And just like in Atlantis, there will be a large group, good-sized group, who will escape from this turmoil. And there will be some that just don't make it.
How can we get through it with grace and ease?
Trust. You need to rely on your instincts, your telepathy, your connections, your gifts. Everyone has gifts. They're different for everyone, but everyone can use their best talents to move them forward and get through. Your talents are what lift you above the chaos.
May we ask who is speaking now?
It is the higher self. It is the consciousness of and everyone she's ever been.
How long have you been with?
Through every lifetime, every incarnation, and even before she ever incarnated. And her essence.